When I was in the seminary, I learned two things. That there are things that are optional, and there are things that are mandatory. So, for example, sometimes we would have conferences on Saturdays. Seminarians would ask right away, is it optional or mandatory? And we kind of like the optional thing. You don't have to go to the conference. Yes. Because conference starts sometimes at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and we'd rather sleep in, right? So let's tone it a little bit down and we say, in life, there are things that are optional and there are things necessary. For us to live our life, three things are necessary: food, shelter, and clothing. The rest are optional. But this is necessary too. And hand sanitizers, especially where we are at right now. But brothers and sisters, but we have to discern right now what are the things that are necessary, what are the things that are optional in question of our faith. It's not that, well, right now we have a dispensation in the Diocese of Stockton still in effect, that you who are here, you are here at your own risk, really. Because there is a dispensation that you don't have to go to church on a Sunday. But you are here because you're telling everyone, those who are on Facebook watching, that your faith is not optional. Your faith, our faith, is not optional. Going to church, maybe there's a dispensation, you have your mask on, you go to church. If you can go to Walmart, if you can go to Costco with your mask on, hey, you can go to church, put it on. Amen? Yes. Thank you. I'm not used to that. Because this is the truth, brothers and sisters. Our faith is not optional. We need God more, not less. Look at the pews. Almost empty, right? But we are at capacity with whatever we are allowed to have at this church. How many people, when the church locked down and said, yes, I don't have to go to church? But how many people have called us and said, Father, when are we opening? Linda, when are we opening? When is the church going to open? When are we going to be able to go back to church? But brothers and sisters, in the gospel, Jesus said, unless the grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, that is not optional in our faith, brothers and sisters. That is necessary, not optional. And Jesus prayed in the gospel. He said, Father, the hour has come. What should I say? Save me from this hour? Save me from the cross? He said, no, for this I came into this world. For this you sent me, because it is absolutely beyond doubt necessary. And sometimes you feel bad. Sometimes you feel life is hard. And it is hard. It will never be easy. But you too will have to accept and embrace and carry your own cross like he did. Because it is necessary. Because if you don't take your cross that specifically belongs to you, even though it's heavy, even though it's ugly, you got to embrace that and accept that just like he did. Because in the Eucharist, brothers and sisters, that we receive, the grain of wheat has to be crushed. It is necessary. How many of you make bread? So what you do if you see a grain of wheat that's not crushed? You pick it up and throw it away. Because it is necessary that every grain must be crushed. For us Christians, we don't shy away from the cross. It is not optional for us. Optional is, you don't really have to have the latest gadget. You don't really have to have a good haircut. So you have. There are things that are optional and people think it is necessary. And therefore we have to discern what are the optional things in my life and what are the things that are absolutely necessary. You work for a time, maybe absolutely necessary. But hey, your family is far more important than your work. Yes, it brings food to the table, but when you're out of work, where are you going to go? You don't live on the bridge, hopefully not, right? You go back to your family. And sometimes it's hard, and I know it's hard. There are families out here in Lodi who works in the Bay Area, commute, and their children don't see them. They leave at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock. They come back at 8, 9 o'clock at night. They leave, their children are asleep. They come back, their children are asleep. See them on weekends, Dad. Are you still here? Or children think that it is necessary for them to have whatever they want and their parents at their mercy. Because I'm going to call the CPS, you're going to be in trouble. It is necessary that we teach our children about faith. Those of you who are bringing your children, thank you. Because it is necessary to teach our children about the importance of this Lent, about the importance of our faith. It is necessary. Our faith is not optional. And hopefully today, brothers and sisters, as we receive the Eucharist, may we have the strength like Jesus. May we have the courage like Him. May we have the strength like He did. Because if you have done your Stations of the Cross, He fell not once, not twice, 3 times. He could have said, I can't carry this. This is just too heavy, God, Father. But you know what happened? He get up until that is accomplished, because it is necessary. So hopefully today as you go home, you look back, maybe how many times you have fallen in your own life. Maybe how many times you have failed your own families. And you said, just give me one more chance. And mean it, not just say it because I just want to please her, I just want to please him. No, mean it. Because Jesus got up. You can't remain on the ground, you have to get up. So may the Eucharist that we receive today give us that extra strength that we need, so that when the cross gets heavier, we get up with the strength of God, knowing that it is absolutely necessary. So you look back, you go home, you assess your own life, and you say, what are the things that are optional? What are the things that are necessary? May we as Christians, parishioners of St. Anne's, will always say, it is necessary that we have God always at the center of our own life, at the center of our own families, and at the center of our own church. Amen.